Time now for the morning rush. Albuquerque police say someone making drugs is the cause of an explosion at a Westside apartment complex. The Rio Volcan apartments on Ladera near Unser were evacuated yesterday following reports of an explosion. One critically injured man is being sent to a burn unit in West Texas. Lawmakers are upset over the decision to return to remote learning in Las Cruces public schools after a secret prom was held. Two unsanctioned events were held last weekend. One was a prom involving Mayfield High School students. That was not COVID safe. The students have now returned to online learning. State Senators David Gallegos and Crystal Diamond call it a great setback. APS is reminding families of the protocols they must follow if someone does get COVID-19, including close contacts being alerted and directed to quarantine. School communities will also be told about cases. Officials say those messages must be vague because they're obligated to protect the privacy of the infected person. Erica.
And here's a look at the drop-off forecast for all the kiddos heading off to school this morning. Temperatures are going to be very chilly, so be sure to dress them in the warmer coats as temperatures are between 36 and 38 degrees in the metro.
FBI is joining the search for a former Travis County detective who's accused of killing two women and a man. It happened yesterday in Austin, Texas. Police say he's armed and dangerous. Investigators believe this was a domestic incident. Broderick's relationship with the victims is unclear at this time. Investigators say Broderick has not been with the department since 2020. First Lady Jill Biden is visiting Albuquerque and the Navajo Nation this week. Officials say the First Lady will be in Albuquerque on Wednesday, then visit the Navajo Nation's capital in Arizona. According to Fox News, once there, Dr. Biden will meet with Navajo Nation's First Lady to discuss a wide range of issues, including the pandemic. The U.S. could resume Johnson & Johnson's COVID-19 vaccine later on this week. The vaccine could now come with restrictions on broader warnings after reports of very rare blood clot cases. The cases occurred in women ages 18 through 48 who developed symptoms 6 to 13 days after receiving the shot. Dr. Anthony Fauci says he expects a decision on Friday from CDC advisors. If you've received the Pfizer or Moderna vaccines, you may need a third booster shot. The makers of these vaccines are looking to add that third booster anywhere between 6 to 12 months after your first and second dose. Recent virus variants may be the reason why. Authorities say it will be just one shot, so it will be easier to produce and get into your arm. Erica.
Here's a look at the Metro Threat Index for today, keeping it nice and low. You'll need the jackets this morning because it is chilly, but other than that, a quiet day with just an afternoon breeze.
One unit professor is looking for participants for an alcohol study. Professor of psychology Barbara McCrady's research looks at how the brain changes while people in recovery get treatment. She started a study back in 2019. Right now there are only 60 participants in the study, but she's looking to get at least 140. If you're interested, we do have a link for you. Just go to alwaysonkRQE.com. The city's planning department is hosting a series of focus groups beginning today. The groups will concentrate on topics important to residents and to business owners, then prioritize community recommendations. This new 5-year cycle of assessments is designed so that all areas of the city benefit from community planning on a regular basis. New Mexico United fans are now able to get their hands on the team's new home kits. The team launched their kits yesterday at the Electric Playhouse. Fans were even able to meet some of the players while shopping. The jerseys feature a Puma logo, and in partnership with the Electric Playhouse, they're leaving behind the classic yellow and black for a new electric turquoise. New Mexico's top competition for high school musical theater will be returning May 21st. The Enchantment Awards competition was canceled in 2020 because of the pandemic. 20 students from across the state will then compete for Best Actor and Actress, eventually representing the state in the National Jimmy Awards. Erica.
Now let's get a look at that morning drive. Here's a look at the maps. No accidents or slowdowns to tell you about as of now. And Tracker is heading eastbound on I-40 near Coors, just looking like our typical traffic this morning.
New at 6, Amazon is thinking about adding furniture delivery to their services. They're reportedly launching a service that would have workers deliver, then build furniture in customers' homes. Customers who order big box items such as sofas, beds, or mattress sets could have them assembled in their homes, and then packaging would be taken away by Amazon employees. Take a look at this. California police officers responding to an unusual intruder after a woman mistook her Roomba for a robber. Yana Seidner woke up during the night and assumed someone was in her home after hearing a bump. She called 911 saying that she heard what sounded like footsteps. When police arrived, they found the vacuum tidying up the place, and she was hiding out in her bathroom.
On this day in 1977, two F1 tornadoes occurred on the east side of the state, one of those causing $25,000 of damage to buildings and a mobile home. We don't have any severe weather in the forecast for this week, but we do have some showers. I'll be tracking that coming up.
All right, time for the 5 facts here. We start with number 5. New Mexico United fans are now able to get their hands on the team's new home kits. The team launched their kits yesterday at the Electric Playhouse. Fans were even able to meet some of the players while they were out shopping. The jerseys feature a Puma logo, and in partnership with the Electric Playhouse, they're leaving behind that classic yellow and black for a new electric turquoise. COVID restrictions were in place at the event. This is the 3rd home kit that they've released. If you want more details, go to our website. That's always on KRQE.com. On to number 4 now. If you've received the Pfizer or Moderna vaccine, you may end up needing a 3rd booster shot. The makers of these vaccines are now looking to add that 3rd booster anywhere between 6 to 12 months after your 1st and 2nd dose. Now, you can blame variants of the virus for this. Authorities say it will be just 1 shot, so it will be easier to produce and get into your arm. Officials say just as quickly as it's infecting people, scientists are altering the vaccines to attack them.
And it was a cool weekend with temperatures up to 55 on both Saturday and Sunday. Those temps were about 15 degrees below average for this time in April, but we start to warm things up today. Temps climbing 13 degrees back towards the upper 60s.
Number 2 now. Alcohol sales are booming during the pandemic. Researchers say it's a way for some people to cope during the lockdown. And now these statistics are reigniting a study for one UNM professor. Professor of psychology Barbara McCready noticed the increase in 2019 when she started up her research. The study looks at how the brain changes while people in recovery are getting treatment. Right now there are 60 participants in the study, but their goal is to have 140. If you are interested in helping out, go to our website. That's always on KRQE.com. Finally, for you this morning, number 1, New Mexico lawmakers and parents are upset over the decision to return to remote learning for Las Cruces public schools after a secret prom was held. Senators David Gallegos and Crystal Diamond met with the district after receiving complaints from parents over the 2 events not sanctioned by the district last weekend. They believe the way that administrators are handling these, quote, private events is alarming. One event involving Oñate High School students followed health order guidelines, but the prom involving Mayfield High School students did not. The district tells News 13 they have an obligation to monitor gatherings that violate the public health orders, especially if they could have an impact on their campuses. However, they did state they are not barring any students from attending their graduation.